நூற்று சுவகம் புகுகின்றயம் மன்னாய் நூற்று சுவகம் புகுகின்றயம் மன்னாய் மாற்றமும் தராயோ வாசல் திறவாதாய நாற்ற துழாய் முடி நாராயண நவுமார் நாற்ற துழாய் முடி நாராயண நவுமார் போற்றவரை தரும் புண்ணியனால் பண்டோருனார் கூற்றத்தின் வாயாய் வீழ்ந்த கும்பகரணனும் கூற்றத்தின் வாயாய் வீழ்ந்த கும்பகரணனும் தோற்றூனக்கே பெரும் துயில்தான் தந்தனோ தோற்றூனக்கே பெரும் துயில்தான் தந்தனோ ஆற்ற ஆனந்தல் உடையாய் ஆறு கலமே ஆற்ற ஆனந்தல் உடையாய் ஆறு கலமே தேற்றமாய் வந்து திரவேலோ ரூபவாய் ஆற்ற ஆனந்தல் உடையாயரு கலமே தேற்றமாய் வந்து திரவேலோ
So that was Todi Raga, very popular raga in Carnatic music, a raga which can be elaborated so well and the people enjoy traveling into the raga, the nuances. This is the 8th Melagata raga. It is called the Sampurna raga, not a derivative, original one, because it has got all the 7 notes. This is the second raga in the second chakra, which is Netra. Netra is eyes. So there is a small connection to the eyes also. So deep sleep, not even opening the eyes. So this is one small reference. And the verse also talks about the excessive laziness, very slow moving kind of a thing. The notes of this raga is always on the lower side, lower notes. So it is complex in terms of its usage. I hope you enjoyed the song. Thanks to Vimala madam. And she had given more emphasis for the clarity of the word than the length of the rendering. So not hurrying up, not doing it in the 1 minute which is normally done. It is done. So we were able to enjoy the song, the nuances of the raga, and also the words were captured very well, which will help us in connecting when we discuss the details. So let me just quickly go to the gist of the whole verse. In the way it is presented, then we will connect it, how we can connect to the corporate. We will change hats and then look at it. Notru Chuvarkam Pugindra Amnai means we have done so much of effort You have followed the rituals, you have done all the duties, you have been able to gain entry into the Swarga, which is the heaven. Notu means putting efforts, Swarga means reaching heaven. So you have already reached heaven. It's a good day. And there are some interpretation of the same line in different ways by the scholars. They are saying in a sarcastic way, so with so much of laziness, how do you think that you can enter the Swarga without any effort? Or are you going to ride on our efforts to reach Swarga? So this is like taking credit for others' work. This is a third reference given by the scholars who have interpreted this song. Matramum tararo vasal tiruvadar. You are not even responding. We are giving call to attention. You are not listening to us. Okay, you are not opening the door. It is okay, but you are not even listening to us. So either you are in a different world because you had a company of Narayan now, and you are living in that kind of a dream that you are not even responding to us. So the person immediately responds, no, I was not in the company of Narayan. No, we are able to see it. We can smell it. Natta Thruvaimudi Narayan was with you, we know. The Lord was with you. You had the company of the Lord. The basil leaf smell is so much there. So he has left a trail of that aroma and gone. So we know that he had been there, and he had given you a lot of advices. You have benefited by his company. So, Natta Thruvaimudi Narayanan. He has come and stayed with you. You had been blessed. Nammal Potra Paredarum Punninal Pandurunal Kuttatin Vavinda Kumbhagaranan. The Lord, who is praised by us on a regular basis, and the Puritan that he is, once upon a time defeated Kumbhakarna, who voluntarily came and fell in the jaws of the death. Because of his defeat, normally there is a tradition that whoever loses, they will give whatever they have in their possession to the winner. So he had in his possession only sleeping for a long time, deep sleep. Has he given that deep sleep to you? Like Lord Parshurama, who got defeated by Lord Rama and gave his bow to him, his prize possession. Is it like that? That he has given you the deep sleep? You are so lazy. You are looking very tired. You are a very bright person. Arun Kalame means a very bright person. So Atra Anandaludayai. Atra Anandal means excessive laziness. Anantal. Last verse also we heard. Umiyo Savido Anantalo. This is Atra Anandal, even bigger than normal Anandal. It's not normal laziness, even higher than that. Means you are so tired or what? Please come and join us in the mission. But as you come, don't come in a hurry and come half dressed in a hurry. We are in a company of people who are very well dressed and ready for our action. Don't get embarrassed by coming in a untidy dress. This is the gist of the whole verse. How do we see this? Is the question. So I have looked at it in a different way. People who are in the close circle of the chief, due to their brilliance, the chief knows them personally, interact himself directly, and sometimes he becomes a mentor for some of the elite people who are handpicked by the chief, that they are going to be the leaders. So over a period of time, what happens? The people who were handpicked by the chief and mentored by the chief, they get the mannerisms of the chief. The way they speak, the way they see things, some of the mannerisms, that means the chief has grown on them. So I am referring to the line, Natta Thruvaimudi Narayan, that means the basil leaf aroma. He is living a trail behind. Likewise, we know that you are a very close person to the Lord, the chief, because his mannerisms on you, he has grown on you. We can see the mini chief in you. And there is also a set of people who take credit for others' work. In this verse, Sri Andal has brought in another Alvar as a role model Alvar, who is called Pei Alvar. So, he is the third Alvar in the sequence of the Alvar lineage, but just before Tirubazhi Alvar, who we discussed in the last verse. And he also is supposed to be the guru of the previous Alvar, Tirubazhi Alvar, who lived for 4,000 years that we looked at. So the connectivity here is people who are taking credit for others' work is connected to the Pei Alvar as well. So the first three Alvars were roaming around in various places independently. Lord Narayan wished that they should assemble in same place and I should be able to listen to their verses that are sung in the praise of my own self. So he makes a situation like this. There is a dark night, heavy rain. The first Alvar, who is roaming around in that vicinity, looking for a shelter. He finds a small attic kind of a place and walks in, locks the door and lies down. Pitch dark. After some time, the second Alvar, the Bhudat Alvar, the first Alvar is Pegi Alvar, the second Alvar is Bhudat Alvar, he comes on, knocks looking for shelter. He finds this attic to be a right one. So the first Alvar opens and the second Alvar comes in. The place is so small that two people cannot lie down. So they, both of them, sit. And after some time, the third Alvar, Pei Alvar, knocks in and they open and lets him in. No space for the three people to sit, so all of them stand there and close the door. After some time, they felt there is so much of congestion, they felt there is a fourth person among them. So then the first Alvar decided, let me sing some songs in the praise of the Lord. So we are feeling uncomfortable, let me come up with some songs. He sang 100 songs. So then followed by the second Alvar, Bhudat Alvar, he sang another 100 songs. After the second Alvar's completion, suddenly there was a brightness, there was a light, because the Lord appeared in front of them. And the first person to see the Lord was the third Alvar, because he was facing the Lord's face. And he started saying, Tirukkandain. So I saw the Lord's face. Without doing any work, he got the benefit of the Lord's presence. So this also is a reference to the Notru Chuvarkam Pugintramanai. You are not doing anything, you are wanting to ride on our efforts to reach the Swarga. And this Swarga also is related in the corporate parlance is a place where you live with elite people. Swarga, heaven is what? There are celestial people, high level people, you are rubbing shoulders with them. Likewise in the corporate, where your great work, you go up in the ladder, you start rubbing shoulders with the senior people. So the environment is very, very nice, because you are in the upper echelon of the office, cozy office, you are in the nice comfortable place like a heaven. So this also is another connection. Swarga means, heaven means being with the elite people, with the senior people in the organization. And there are people in the organization who keep to themselves. They don't want to contribute, they want to play solo. So this also is referred in the verse. Matramum Tararo Vasal Thiravadar. You are not even opening, you are not wanting to come. We all agreed that we will go together. Suddenly you had made your effort and reached Narayan ahead of us, which is unfair. So which also is not right. So number one, you are taking credit for others' work. Number two, you are not playing with the team, you are playing solo. So there are people who are also playing solo in the organization, so which we should recognize. And quite a number of times you feel that you have sent a lot of queries or mails and you are not getting any response. It is quite normal in the corporate world, which is not acceptable. Matramum tararo. That means you are not even responding. So people normally say no. I can accept a no, but a non-response is an affront. It is a disrespect. I don't like it. Respond either way, but non-response is not a right thing to do. And note to Chuarkam Pugintramana also have a different meaning. That means you have done your work and you have already reached work ahead of time. That means in the corporate also, people are given targets and there is a time period. People finish off early and relax. They can contribute for others, but they don't because they have finished their work, so they are happy, sleeping, lazy because my target is complete. So they are being pulled by other people saying that you have completed, okay, you can do more or you can help the others. Come as a team person and start working. And the line Natta Thruai Mudinaran also is interesting. People who are hand-picked by the chief of the organization and mentored by him, they develop a lot of mannerisms of the chief, a lot of activities, the way they speak, the way they walk, the mannerisms, they reflect the chief. It comes quite natural. People say, no, he has grown on you. We can see the chief's inputs in you, the influence of the chief in you. You are looking like a chief. So that is another one. It will not go away. So that is another one. The mannerism, the way of presenting everything is reflecting the chief. And Kumbhakarnan Totru Onakku Perinduldan Dandano. That means he had some power in him. He got defeated. So the people who get defeated, they have to hand over their possession to the winner, is the tradition. Likewise, Kumbhakarnan's possession was deep sleep because he lost it to you and he gave that deep sleep. That's why you are sleeping so deep. That's the verse. How do we look at here? In corporates, you have a trophy which are on circulation, monthly trophy. The person who wins takes from the previous holder. So the cup changes hands. So there's a reference that we can look at here. And the other way to look at Kumbhakarna episode is, the Kumbhakarna episode is it says, Kuttatin Vai Vizhunda. That means on his own he went into the jaws of the death. He could have conquered the world because he had the situation where he could have got the boon that he is the Almighty, no one can defeat him. So he made so much of penance and the celestial beings were so impressed. They said, we would like to give you the boon that you want, we will grant you. People were afraid. So this guy, if it is given that kind of a boon, he will destroy the world, he will become so powerful, he must do something. So they go and pray goddess Saraswati and she comes and sits in his tongue and makes a twist. That means a word twisted might take you in a totally different one. A word twisting also one must be very, very careful. The actual story says, after his penance, Kumbhakarna was asked, what do you want? So he wanted the throne of Lord Indra. So he, instead of saying Indrasana, he said, I want Nidrasana. So he got his deep sleep. In the current corporate world, the word is called spoonerism. Spoonerism is a slip of tongue, which might cause a different meaning and different impact. The word is called spoonerism. Spoon, E-R-I-S-M, spoonerism. You can see the spelling. Like someone saying, you missed my history class is what I want to say, but I say, you missed my mystery class. The meaning is totally different because I slipped in my tongue. There is a spoonerism. By slip of the tongue, he fell into the jaw of the death, or else he could not have been conquered. That's why the Vai Vinto Kumbhakaranam. Very, very beautifully connecting. The way I look at it is, people who are defeated, in the sense, who are sacked from the organization for non-performance or any other reason. The chief didn't like them, so he wanted to see them off and he sacked them. They go out with a grudge. They have a grudge against the company. They would like to come and uh, poison the minds of the people. Has it happened something like that, that he is coming in to poison your mind, that you are not now cooperating, you are a bad person, you are not cooperating now? Is it the effect of the poisoning of the guy who got sacked by the chief? Is another way that we can look at. And other line is Atal Anandal. Atal Anandal means excessive laziness. You are a bright person, don't get into this kind of a bad habit. Come and contribute. Come and join us in our mission. The last line says, Tetramai Vandu Thiruvellur. Tetramai means dress up properly and come. We are an organization which has got its own profile. So, elite profile. You cannot come in an untidy manner, where everyone is very well dressed and ready for our work. You cannot come in untidy because you are not ready. You are in a hurry to come and join us. You cannot do that. So, it also might be in such cases, people have a habit of malingering. So, by coming out in a shabby dress and untidy, looking very, very dull, they might have some sympathy. Acha, you are not feeling so well, you go back, take rest. So, malingering, feigning sickness. Don't do that. Come bright. You are a very brave person. Come brightly dressed up. So, malingering also cannot be tolerated. Don't be disheveled. So, to gain sympathy, dress properly. And also in a corporate world, dress is also given a lot of importance. So, one of the organizations I might have mentioned earlier, where I work, they are very, very particular about the dress. In fact, I had worked in the organization, I had mentioned the Xerox. We were very particular, whether summer, winter, whatever may be the period, the tie is a compulsion. So, no alternate argument, period. So, likewise, there is some strictness in the dress code. The dress code is a different subject which is essential for all of us. Know every place has got a dress code. So, you properly dress to the mission. You cannot do otherwise. Chattrama vandu Thiruvellur Embavai. These are the few points that we can bring out in the verse. So, now I had been able to connect all the verses and connect to the corporate way of looking at it. And this verse also beautifully connects to the corporate. So, I had made a small summary of the key point that has come out of this verse, and the slide is available for you to just go through. So, from now onwards, we will not repeat the same thing. You can just go through the slide, you pass it for some time, go through it, and then move on. So, we will meet in another 3-4 days time with the next verse and see what it has to offer for our corporate thinking. So, till then, Namaskaram.